No, why did I write The Beautiful Gate? Let me just tell you from my own words. The Beautiful Gate was written because everybody wanted to know about my breast cancer journey. And I didn't want to write about it. I said I was just another woman who was diagnosed with breast cancer. And what was so special about my story? So I didn't. But the more and more I started sharing my personal journey of how my diagnosis and the things I was going through mentally, folks say you ought to share that should write about it. I still didn't want to write what was so special about my story, other than I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I was treated. Was not misdiagnosed, but was told that I had breast cancer 18 months later after going to the imaging facility several times before they confirmed that I had breast cancer, only to be told by an oncologist surgeon that all the tests that I had taken revealed that I had breast cancer. But when I started educating and sharing my story as part of my education with the MASS program, then I sort of realized that I wanted people to know the story behind the story, rather. There was something, I wanted them to know what I was going through mentally. Not just about the diagnosis of breast cancer or what it did to me physically, but what it did to me mentally. And not because breast cancer, I had to have my breast removed or all the other complications. It's what it had awakened in me, mentally. It brought back so many memories that they weren't buried, but they were deep. They were so deep inside me mentally that when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, all the stuff, all the trauma I had endured just exploded. It came back. And I had to deal with it. And so I shared. I said, now this is a story. This is a breast cancer story here. The mental effects. It wasn't about the breast cancer. It was about what being told by a male doctor that I had breast cancer. And how I associated that with him, another man taking advantage of me. I did. That's how I looked at it. And that's when I say, now this is the story, because I associated someone telling me I had breast cancer with violating my body. Yes, violating my body. And so it brought back all these horrors when I was a little girl. Being touched, unwanted touches. How can you give permission to someone when you're 4 years old, when you're 6 years old, when you're 8 years old? 10, yes, 12. How can you deal with that? And so I had to be treated for all of that trauma before I can be treated for breast cancer. So, they wanted to know the story, so I had to tell the whole story. And that's how the beautiful gate unlocked, secrets unlocked. That's how I healed, mentally and physically.